Hey, and what is up, guys? Great to have you back. Great to have you all here. I have sent this email out, or excuse me, this attachment out. It is your plate tectonics. I know it says quiz. It's just a little worksheet because what I am going to do is I am going to go over this with you guys. That way, we have an answer for all of our questions, and we are ready to work on this for your tests coming up. So here we go. We're going to go over this, our plate tectonics worksheet. I'm going to kind of cross this out and just write worksheet. As I kind of get this going, we're going to have to decrease this size just a smidgen. Let's see, 1 point. How does that work? That's not too bad. All right. There we go. That's pretty good. All right, so let's get this sheet started. That way we can get you guys on your way, and so that you have a better of idea as to what you're looking for. So I asked you to go through this worksheet here for each of the types of continental plates interactions or oceanic plates interactions. Please remember, before we start this, there are two types of crusts, right? There is the continental crust and the oceanic crust. Now, the oceanic crust is thinner and more dense than the continental crust. All right. So anytime you have oceanic to continental, the oceanic will go underneath because it is thinner and more dense. Just something to keep in mind. So we want to talk about, figure out for A, let's see, we want to figure out for A what type of boundary it is, and then B, what forms as a result. So let's jump right in. All right, so here we have two continentals, and they are coming together. So they're being pushed together towards one another. Is that a convergent, divergent, or transform fault boundary? That is a convergent boundary. You have to apologize for my handwriting. Hopefully this is good. Convergent plate boundary. Oh my God, that is horrible. That is not good handwriting at all, and I apologize, guys. I really do. All right, and what would arise from this type of boundary? That would be a mountain range. Mountain range. My goodness, guys, I apologize. I'm going to try and fix this. Let's see if I could jump this camera around a little bit. Let's jump to that camera right there. Hey guys, how's it going? So now you're going to get a side shot, and let's see if I can bring my computer down and actually write a little bit better. I can actually maybe bring this right here. That way. Whoa, look at this. This is crazy, guys. All right, let's keep going. So this is not helping you guys at all. So maybe we can go like this. How's that? That's not too bad, right? All right, so the next one we're going to look at is the continental and the oceanic boundary. Now remember, the oceanic will go underneath the continental plate boundary, and when it does, well, the answer is right in there. It will subduct, and subduction is a type of convergent plate boundary. Convergent plate boundary. The handwriting is not any better. I apologize. What would result from this now? Since it is a convergent plate boundary, as it goes underneath, remember, it will begin to melt because of the heat of the earth. As it melts, it begins to rise back up. Now, the same thing occurs in number one. When it rises back up, it pushes the crust up, which creates the mountain ranges. But here, because the oceanic crust is thinner and more dense, it will heat up, and as it gets pushed up, it will actually turn to volcanic mountains, okay? Volcanic mountains, all right? All right, let's keep going. Oh, that's not supposed to be that. For number three, here we have continental and continental, but notice they're going in opposite directions. So they're not coming together, they're not converging. Instead they are diverging. So that is what we have. We have a divergent plate boundary. Divergent plate boundary, which means they are moving in opposite directions. When we have a divergent plate boundary, one of the most famous boundaries, and you see them from your notes, that is the Atlantic Rift. Okay, so we create a rift valley. Okay, so right down the center of the Atlantic Ocean, we have the mid-oceanic ridge. It's a rift valley. It separates and then opens up in the center. All right, looking at the next one, we have one continental plate that's moving downward and another continental plate that is moving upwards. They are not coming towards one another. They are not going away from one another. Instead, they are moving past one another, which lends itself to a transform plate boundary. A transform plate boundary. Now, one of the most famous transform plate boundaries is the San Andreas Fault over in California. And we all know, if you've seen the movie San Andreas, right? The type of result that would come of this would be earthquakes. And then finally, we have two oceanic crusts, okay? And they are converging on one another. Convergent plate boundary, all right? And with this one, because they are both that thin, very dense material, we would get the volcanic mountains again, so we would get a volcanic chain. That's supposed to be a C, volcanic chain. So let me subtract it and let me minimize this. That way you guys can see everything. There we go. So we have all of our examples there. I hope this has helped you guys. Please make sure you study up for the test that's coming up. It is coming up next class. Next time I see you guys or send something out to you guys, you'll have this. So that being said, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are all safe and look forward to hearing from you guys. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.